students, in morphology of leaf, we have completed the parts of the leaf and venation of leaf. In this lecture, we are going to do the types of leaves. Types of leaves. There are two types of leaves. These are the first type of leaves and these are the second type of leaves. You can see the axillary bud in the axile of both these leaves. So tell me your observations. The margin of the leaves in the first case is said to be entire. This is said to be an entire margin. There are no notches. In the second leaf, you see that the margin is incised. These are incisions, okay, incisions slash notches, but the incisions are not deep enough to touch the midrib. This is the midrib, you know that. There may be incisions in the lamina, but they are not deep enough to reach the midrib. However, in the second case, you see that the incisions went so deep that they cut the lamina into smaller leaflets. What you see over here are the leaflets. This entire thing is one leaf and these are the leaflets. The midrib in this case no longer is known as a midrib, it is now known as a rachis. These leaves, both these cases, these leaves are known as simple leaves. And this type of a leaf is called as a compound leaf. Did you know that coconut leaves are compound leaves? The entire thing that you see, which you call as the tsudit, in Kokani we call it tsudit, that entire leaf is one leaf and those long smaller ones, they are the leaflets which are attached to the rachis in the center. Alright, the axillary bud will be found in the axile of the compound leaf, but the axillary bud will not be found in the axile of the leaflets. We have to say that lamina is entire if incised, the incisions do not touch midrib. Axillary bud in axil of leaf. These are the simple leaves. And in this case, incisions of lamina reach up to midrib and break lamina into a number of leaflets. Axillary bud found in axil of compound leaf. Axillary bud not found in axil of leaflets. This is a very important point. The axillary bud is found in the axil of compound leaf, but it is not found in the axil of the leaflets. Midrib is now called as rachis. Examples of simple leaves, you can write mango, hibiscus. Then the compound leaves are further divided into two different types. Look, over here also the lamina was incised and the incisions reached the midrib such that the lamina was broken into leaflets. Let's assume that the leaf was like this. The incisions went deeper and they touched the midrib and they broke this lamina into leaflets. In that case, such kind of a compound leaf has been formed. What about this case? Over here what you see, these are also the leaflets and the axillary bud you can see in the axil of this leaf. How was this leaf originally? This leaf could have been like this. Probably the incisions went deep and touched the midrib. Probably this lamina has been broken down into this kind of leaflets. The axillary bud will be in the axile of this particular leaf. So these are the two different types of compound leaves here. This one is known as pinnately compound leaf and this one will be called as a palmately compound leaf. In pinnately compound leaf, the leaflets are arranged on rachis. However, in palmately compound leaf, leaflets are at a common point on petiole. Examples of pinnately compound leaves, neem. An example of palmately compound leaf, you can write example, silk cotton, bombax. Why are they called as palmately compound leaves? Because they look like fingers on the palm, isn't it? Palmately compound. All the leaflets are attached at a common point here, that is on the tip of the petiole. So the NEET syllabus is up till here in NCERT. However, for AIMS, we go further. There are types of pinnately compound leaves and types of palmately compound leaves as well. Under pinnately compound leaves, you have, this is the normal one. The midrib is becoming rachis and the leaflets are on the rachis, okay, which is the primary axis. In the second case, you see that the rachis, which is the primary axis, it is further forming more branches, okay. It's not leading to leaflets directly. In fact, the leaflets have been broken into smaller pieces. So if the rachis is considered as the primary axis, This will be considered as the secondary axis, and the leaflets are borne on the secondary axis, alright, not on the primary axis as in the first one. Whereas in the third case you see that the primary axis is forming the secondary axis and the secondary axis is forming another axis, that is the tertiary axis, and the leaflets are being borne on the tertiary axis. So there is more and more branching further down the line. The first type is called as Unipinnate. Leaflets are borne on Rachis. In the second case, this is called Bipinnate. Leaflets borne on secondary axis, and this will be called Tripinnate. Leaflets borne on tertiary axis. And then there is the fourth one also, which is seen in case of coriander. So much of variation in the branching and the leaflet formation that there is no clear-cut distinction of primary, secondary axis, etc. That one is called as decompound. Example, coriander. For Unipinnate, you can write example neem, a rose. For Bipinnate, you write gulmohar and acacia. For Tripinnate, let's write example of moringa. And decompound, you can write coriander, repeatedly branched. This is AIM syllabus. Further we'll see the types of Palmately compound as well. Now I want you to look at these number of leaflets. This distinction is based on the number of leaflets which are attached to the common point on the petiole. Now if you look at this one, the first one, you will think that it is looking just like a normal leaf, isn't it? The normal leaf has axillary bud in the axile of the leaf, and this is looking just like a leaf, isn't it? But if you look at a simple leaf with an entire margin, and this one, you will see that the leaflet is attached to that point and a clear distinctive mark will be seen over here in between the leaflet and the petiole, which is not seen in case of the simple leaf. So that indicates that this is a compound leaf. This one is known as a unifoliate compound leaf. The second one will be called as bifoliate. Third one will be called as trifoliate. This one quadrifoliate, and this one will be called as multifoliate palmately compound leaf. For unifoliate example, most popularly we take citrus, bifoliate, balanites, trifoliate, clover, wood sorrel, quadrifoliate example marsilia, multifoliate will take silk cotton. Same example that we took for palmately compound leaves. With that we have completed the different types of leaves. In the name of Lord Mahadev, please subscribe